Good morning, everyone. Uh, I'm Marshall. I'm an architect by background, but I'm doing a lot of industrial design projects at the moment. I'm sure every one of you is starting to wonder why an architect like me can discuss a topic about love and the circular economy. I have to be honest, I do not have much money in my bank if I'm to compare myself to Bill Gates or Warren Buffett. But before we start with anything else, I think I want to show you these photographs. These are some of our products, Jingsu products. You can see right here, it's the foldable bed, Jingsu foldable bed, and right here you can see Jingsu foldable table and chair. And next photographs you can see is the new product, which is the foldable cabinets. If you put these three things together, this is a complete furniture solution for disaster relief operation. We have the table, chair, the bed, and the closet. This closet is something very special because that is actually detachable, and you can put it together. And there's a wheel at the back. You can actually put your disaster relief goods and pull it, and if you bring it at home, you can put it together. But it's very, very important to know why are we doing this? Why do we need to do this sort of design? But before we go any deeper to the topic, I want to show you a few photographs. And I want you to imagine yourself as a photographer, and you are on the site, and your role is to take photographs on what's happening on the site, and your role is to take photographs. Okay, please close the light. Now, I want you to imagine, because we have just entered a time machine, okay, and we are traveling back through time. We have gone back to Sudan 24 years ago. That's 1993. There's a huge, huge famine. Just right in front of you, just right in front of this scene, what do you think you will do if you are standing right there? What do you think you will do? Okay. This is a very famous photograph taken by Kevin Carter. This image shows a little girl. She's crawling, and she actually collapsed on her way to the feeding center in Sudan. And you can see besides her, there's a vulture eyeing on her. Okay, and after this photograph was first released in the New York Times magazine or newspaper, there are so many phone calls contacting New York Times and asking what happened to this little girl, whether the girl managed to survive or not. And after Kevin Carter, the photographer, after the New York Times published these photographs, Kevin Carter actually won the Pulitzer Photography Award. But after he won award, even more criticism grew, and there's a lot of phone call asking what happened to the little girl. And Kevin Carter even got blamed by so many people for inhumanity, for not doing anything else. Yeah. Okay. And 4 months after the award, Kevin Carter committed suicides, only 33 years old. Okay. Okay, we go to the next photographs. I think this is quite new to every one of you. We are now moving forward in time. We are now in Syria. The date is April 17, 2017, the 6th year of Syrian civil war. The bus is carrying many children, and the bus exploded, and bodies everywhere. And you can see a baby girl or a child lying on the ground. And if you see that happen, and you are the photographer, what will you do? On that day, at the very moment of the bomb attack, the Syrian photographer, okay, he put down his camera and he he put down his camera. He got plenty of camera, and he tried to save the boy into a safety area. The other journalist or the cameraman took this photograph and put it in the website. After the image was released in the news, people from all over the world are pouring a lot of gratitude toward this photographer. There are so many tweets, and we can see. One of the tweets goes like this: "Your action yesterday were truly heroic. In the chaos, your very first instinct was to help. You are incredibly strong and inspiring." And the other tweets goes like this: "I do not know you. We will probably never meet. But what you have done today made me proud of being a human. Thank you." Okay. For the third photographs, I think this might be very familiar for everyone. We are now traveling back to Pakistan 7 years ago. The year was 2010. There's a huge flooding. Based on Pakistan government statistic data, 1/5 of the total land area in Pakistan was flooded, and about 20 million people are actually affected by these floods. And just right in front of you, you see a baby girl named Shana, and her family are so devastated. They are just living under temporary tents made from twigs and fabric. If you see this image, what do you think you will do? Okay. I think with these three photographs, it's just amazing. 3 photographers, 3 different scenarios, or 3 different situations, but almost the same scenario, whether it's a natural disaster or man-made disaster. 3 photographers, 3 different situations, 3 different outcomes. For the third outcome, after the ITV crew took the photograph of baby girl Shana, the whole Soji team and volunteers immediately help provide immediate assistance to the baby, to the family, and to the other as well. More importantly, I think that Thai TV camera crew, they brought this photo back to Taiwan and showed it to Venerable Master Cheng Yen, the head of the foundation. Master immediately asked the whole team to develop temporary polypropylene platform. Can we go back to the photographs? Temporary platform to elevate from the ground, from wet and muddy ground. So Soji immediately provided 10,000 pieces of this platform. But more importantly, Master instructed us, I'm actually in abode at that time when Master gave the instruction to continue to develop a more permanent bed and the whole system, housing system. So you can see the bed right there. And right now we have distributed more than 60,000 pieces of this bed globally. Yeah. And you can see because of that very photographs of Shana, now we've distributed these beds to Nepal earthquake, 2015. Yeah. People doesn't have to sleep in the floor. Mozambique floods, 2015. And even in this bed can be used as a replacement for hospital bed especially in disaster times when the hospital bed we ran out of hospital bed. So there's multifunctional. So this is in Philippine Haiyan Typhoon, 2014. I think right now, wherever Soji are there to help in times of disaster relief, people that are temporarily displaced do not have to sleep in the floor anymore. It all began from the baby girl, Shana. Okay. Okay, let me try to explain further the Qingshi furniture solution. We have the table, the bed, the chair. We have the closet, the cabinets. To put this together, this is a complete furniture system. These are all made from plastic, and I will try to explain later because the instruction of the master is not only to help people using industrial design products, but more importantly, we have to consider the environment as a whole. So 2017 will be a very important year for us because all the products will be made from recycled plastics. And what you can see from here, because it's foldable, so it's easy to carry. It's light in weight. You do not have to assemble. You do not have to assemble because it's foldable. You just have to pull it over. And it's durable. It can withstand different environment. And it's also easy to transport. We can save a lot of transportation costs because it's foldable, it's compact. Okay, so the next, as I mentioned earlier, plastic is giving us a lot of headache, not only in Taiwan, but also in a huge environment as well. I try to explain what is the impact of plastic affecting the environment. You can see right here the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. The garbage patch is actually an island made from rubbish. It's floating around the Pacific area. And it's actually affecting the whole ecosystem because it's blocking the sunlight. And if you want to imagine how big is the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, it's actually 40 times the size of Taiwan. And the Great Plastic Garbage Patch is mostly composed of plastics. Okay, next. And as you may know, plastic kills animals. You can see inside the stomach of the bird. It's all made. It's all plastic caps and rubbish, household rubbish. Okay. So it's very important to know this statistic data because Jingsi Technology and Soji are working closely together. Jingsi Technology are developing a lot of disaster housing. Apart from application for disaster, we can use that household application as well. Right now, because it's so important that to consider the environment as a whole, so Jingsi Technology are aligned closely with Soji Environmental or Recycling Group. Right now, from this statistic data, you can see 3 points. First of all, you can see right here that we have so many volunteers around Taiwan. It's almost 86,000 to 90,000. This is a data 2 years ago, okay? And from here, you can also realize that we have so many sorting and collecting center. This is a very, very important data because our collecting and sorting center, we focus more on the collecting and sorting, and we usually sell it to a bigger recycling center in Taiwan, okay? So what you can see in the bottom two is that we are collecting 8 million kilograms of plastic other than PET. This includes plastic bag, colored plastic bag, white, and even hard plastic, soft plastic, plastic with printed or whatever. And below you can see we collected about 3 million kilograms of PET bottle. This is the data collected 2 years ago. Okay, so what you can see right here is that we have so many volunteers. We have so many sorting and recycling, sorting and collecting center. And we have so many plastic. So we have to make good use of this plastic put it into more effective product design. So I want to include this into our agenda or strategy is to put from collection, recycling, design to actual production and distribution of, what we call this is a circular economy. We do not want to get more resources from the environment. So Master gave us an instruction that all our products should be made from 100% recycled plastic. And more importantly, it can be recycled again. And because we have this technology, Because we have this technology, we can encourage more people involved in sorting and collection and sorting. And we can give morale to our Soji volunteers to work harder, because all their hard work, they can turn it into a more tangible objects, and at the same time, we can help people. This is a cycle of love, okay? So you can see right here, this is a statistic and data. Out of the 4 new products, we have pavement, lotus chair, sutra case, cabinet cart. For the pavement, we can use colored plastic bag or even candy wrappers. Usually people throw it away, but now we can apply it into our design. Within 3 to 4 months, we will have 4 new products online. And more importantly, with this year projection, we can use up at about 900 tons of plastic waste and put it into a very useful products. Apart from that, I think it's very important to understand the calculation, how to save energy saving and carbon reduction. For example, for the pavement, 30 kilograms per square meter. We can use up at about 30 kilograms of waste per 30 per square meter. Okay, so for 30 square meter, for 1 square meter, we can use up at about 1,100 pieces of plastic bottles. Although plastic bottles considered a very good material, so we can use a lower grade recycled materials such as colored plastics or plastic with print or whatever. Okay, so this is only a statistic, and we can reduce carbon reduction of about 70,000 grams and 18 liters of fuel reduction per single square meter of pavement. And we can save at about 2,994 per square meter of pavement. So we have so many new design and product right now. And most importantly, we considered helping people, but at the same time, we have to consider of the environment. Try to imagine 3 photographers. They are actually doing their job, but I think from that 3 photographers, we can learn from them that it's very, very important to have conscience, not only doing your professional duty, but if you see something important, you have to do not ignore, and more importantly, you have to take action. But before you have action, it's very important to have love, compassion, and wisdom. You need to balance all of this before you take that action. So if we do not manifest our ideas through concrete action, we will never get things done. So the best moment is now. So I really hope that everyone can join to be part of Qingsi Love and the circular economy. Thank you, everyone.